Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the news. First, let us take a look at the headlines. MDA2 unanimously endorses James P.K. Sangma for Rajya Sabha polls. Nomination papers likely to be filed on June 5th. Shillong to host 73rd NEC plenary session. Meghalaya to present regional tourism roadmap. Meghalaya intensifies ASF curbs as fresh outbreaks trigger statewide containment drive. And Chief Minister Conrad Sangma felicitates HSSLC toppers, highlights major investments in education sector. The news in detail, and first the local news. The Meghalaya Democratic Alliance 2 today has unanimously endorsed James P.K. Sangma as its candidate for the Rajya Sabha election scheduled on June 18. Announcing the decision, Paul Lingdor said all alliance partners agreed to support the nominee proposed by the National People's Party, making him the official candidate of the coalition. The alliance also decided to allow constituent parties to independently determine their stands on the upcoming Shillong Lok Sabha by-election. James P.K. Sangma is expected to file his nomination papers on June 5th.
It was decided, it was unanimously agreed that the parties are free to contest, support, stay neutral, stay away from the above by-election. 6. Since there was only one matter for consideration by the meeting today, the Honourable Leader of the Parliamentary Party of the MDA2, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, thanked all members present and concluded the meeting with a formal request to all members to work unitedly to ensure the successful realization of the decisions of today's meeting.
Detailed discussion took place, but at the end, since we could not come up with a consensus on different desires by different political parties, we came to a consensus and we have all agreed together that we will go as per the kind of democratic process and allow the largest party's nominee to be backed, and therefore the fact that all the political parties who are present today, as you can see all are present, have formally agreed to that, and therefore the question of the whip coming in any other way does not arise. If the whip does come in, it will come in the language that the particular political parties' MLAs will support the candidature, which is the MDA2's candidature. And I think what is important to note is that the candidature which we are proposing now is not a political party's candidature, but now this has been adopted as a resolution as the MDA2's candidate.
Shillong is set to host the 73rd plenary session of the North-Eastern Council on Thursday, chaired by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Union Minister for Development of North-Eastern Region Jyotiraditya Scindia will also attend the meeting. The session will bring together chief ministers, governors, chief secretaries and other senior officials from all 8 northeastern states. During the meeting, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma is expected to present a regional tourism roadmap aimed at promoting the Northeast as a single tourism destination. Meghalaya is also preparing to host several union ministers in the coming days, including Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda.
This is the chairman, our Honourable Home Minister, will be arriving today evening. He'll be landing in Shillong Airport at about 9 o'clock in the evening. And tomorrow is the main plenary session. And of course, all the chief ministers of Northeast, all the governors of Northeast are in Shillong. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of constructive meeting. We have always discussed many things. Our Honourable Donor Minister has been very, very proactive. I expect that we will be having a large, kind of consultation and participation regarding major sectors. Honourable Donor Minister had put up a a task force for different sectors for the Northeast, where he wanted different states to work together. For example, a task force for tourism was set up, a task force for youth was set up, a task force for trade was set up, a task force for infrastructural development, where one chief minister chaired the task force with 4 or 5 other chief ministers being members in that committee. So I chaired the task force for tourism, and we'll be presenting that tomorrow, and we'll be talking about how the Northeast as a whole can represent itself as a destination or as a potential market for tourism.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today said the state government is closely monitoring the fresh outbreak of African swine fever and has launched immediate containment measures to prevent its spread. The Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department has intensified surveillance and notified infected and surveillance zones in affected areas. The outbreak has raised concerns for the pig farming sector, a key source of livelihood for thousands of rural households, with authorities working to minimize economic losses and protect the livestock industry.
This has been a problem in the past also, and we are monitoring the situation and we're taking immediate action on it. There are concerns, of course, and these concerns keep happening from time to time, but the department is taking all possible steps and measures to ensure that this does not spread in any large scale. And there are a few cases, but we'll do our best to ensure that this does not spread throughout the state.
The Meghalaya Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department has urged pig farmers and the public not to panic following reports of African swine fever in parts of Ribhoi and East Khasi Hills. Speaking to the media today, Director of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Dr. A. Khan said containment and surveillance measures have been intensified, with veterinary teams closely monitoring the situation. Farmers have been advised to report any unusual illness or deaths among pigs, avoid moving animals from affected areas, and strictly follow biosecurity and sanitation protocols to help contain the disease.
The department has activated the rapid response teams, RRTs, intensified surveillance, implemented movement controls, undertaken awareness campaign, and is coordinating with district administration, local bodies, and also with law enforcement agencies. The government requests the public and pig farmers not to panic. ASF affects pigs and not human. Cooperation, the message to the public is we need their cooperation with veterinary authorities, adherence to bio.
Despite the outbreak of African swine fever in parts of Meghalaya, pork vendors at Yodo say business remains largely unaffected. Vendors stated that consumers continue to buy pork with confidence, as all pigs are subjected to mandatory veterinary inspections at Maoyong before slaughter. They said no complaints have been received regarding the quality of pork sold in the market, and expressed confidence that strict health checks and monitoring by veterinary authorities will help maintain public trust in pork products.
Palong ye kan ni tiang yung de palap kan yung kata amar boleh ba lalap pun kata ki doktor ki dante ila ben khang ki doktor ki nang sya ba jengi ben yan ya trai kam kempat dan ye kan menta te long singan da kinang biang ni itu baju thiet ba kum tu ni pat da long yu kan pat ya tiang tham de riam ta long manusiam gani lega syajlong hi ndai tangta ajing sya de gibru mentah gilanang sta de gilanang suku kumno bendam.
The ongoing outbreak of African swine fever has caused major losses to pig farmers across Ribhoi district, with several villages reporting large-scale pig deaths. Farmers in Lom Nongrim, Daule and Nongthamai said they have lost dozens of pigs, severely impacting their livelihoods, especially those who invested in pig farming through loans. Some affected farmers reported losing up to 60 to 70 pigs, While the government has imposed restrictions on pig movement and intensified surveillance measures, farmers have urged authorities to strengthen safeguards and prevent the import of pigs from outside the state, alleging that the disease spread through imported livestock.
Kalong kung na nama nga kikis niyang testing kun o bandi ban persian ba school kun marsan ngut kun di school te ilayap na ta saw tri sanli ta hadin yap yang sa ta iwe siang lut darong ala bu bandi ken te yap na ta te ngala ngong ngamo kadang kucing ngi ba na marba katu ngi mchwa nga dikis niyang ayo ban si school ngayo ban si by class kun te matapat de.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today said the state continues to face major challenges in addressing nearly 21,000 abandoned coal mining sites, particularly in East Giant Hills. He stated that the government is working with the centre to promote scientific mining while balancing livelihood needs, environmental concerns and safety. Sangma informed that 4 scientific mining projects have received approval, with 3 already operational, and said efforts are underway to secure regulated permissions for smaller miners.
The process has started, but it's a long way to go, and our concerns are actually the smaller miners who are not having the kind of requisite area that is required. So those challenges are in the process. We are trying to address them by seeking permission from Government of India, whether smaller mines can be given permissions, and we are getting positive response, but I would refrain from giving details right now until unless we have a final clearance from that. You see, the problem is, as I said, there are more than 21,000 mines just in one district. And if you put all the state together, there are maybe close to about 25,000 mines. And these are all in different locations. It is almost next to physically impossible for us to really go into all of these aspects. And these mines have been there for centuries, not just decades, for centuries they've been there. So yes, it is a challenge. And all of this has come on us in this kind of limited time and space and multiple challenges.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today felicitated HSSLC toppers from the arts, science and commerce streams at a program held at his residence in Polo, Shillong. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister said education remains one of the state's biggest priorities, with nearly 3,500 crore rupees, about 30% of the state budget, allocated annually to the sector. Sangma highlighted ongoing investments in school infrastructure and higher education and noted that students can now appear for CUET within Meghalaya. He also outlined plans to expand professional education through new institutions in agriculture, horticulture and animal husbandry.
Do motivate other kids. Do share your, the journey that you had and maybe some advice that you could give to others. So don't think it's something simple. It really matters. So many people sent me messages about the last SSLC reception or felicitation program we had out here last time. And the youngsters were telling me, oh wow, next year I also want to go to CM residence and I also want to be part of this program. A small program like this, which really is not such a big thing obviously for us because we have many programs here every day. But I just realized how it inspires thousands of youngsters.
A high-level meeting between representatives of Meghalaya and Assam on the Lapangap area of difference concluded yesterday with a consensus aimed at maintaining peace and safeguarding local livelihoods. Both sides agreed that villagers of Lapangap will continue paddy cultivation in the foothill areas, while villagers of Tapat will carry on seasonal crop plantations on the hilltops and slopes. The meeting also resolved that issues relating to permanent boundary demarcation will be taken up by the appropriate state-level committee. Officials and local representatives from both states reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining peace, harmony and resolving outstanding issues through dialogue and cooperation.
Nyai kublai yai sar Konrad Kongkal Sangma bat kumjur sar Himanta Biswa Sharma namaro arlen ke Chief Minister ke bashim ye kene ke banta bat ke jing ke khle na ke banta jung kum ke snong Lapangam Bat kumjuru mene mensngi haga jing yalam jong ima snya bahalang dahar ibalong kumi deputy chief minister. Kumjuru ya ka district administration haga jing yalam ASP bat ke DC ka district council haga jing yalam ma thambor siban. Bat kumjuru ke presiden bat ke senjuk ko hajnong jong garilum jantia. Haga jing yalam jong ipa daloi naka elka silang mentang bat ke nong yalam jong ka hills farmer union bat kumjuru haga jing yalam jong i Dr. Tolaram Ronghang ibana gatai ka jela Assam segale ke jing kren ha kabalong haulum benthor snong lapangam tengi kermen bagane ke jing kelam bagane ke sengi kan long ka basaiso ban ngi kermen ro bagane ke jing kren jong ki menne ke sengi kan long ka jing kermen na ka menta jong kum kinong song snong ha karep karyang.
Residents of several Khasipnar villages along the Meghalaya-Assam border have urged the state government to formally recognize villages under Block 1 to ensure access to essential services and welfare schemes. During a meeting with Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, the Hnyotrep Border Dispute Redressal Forum highlighted difficulties faced by residents in obtaining documents such as voter IDs, birth certificates and scheduled tribe certificates. Meanwhile, HBDRF spokesperson Thomas Pasa stressed that formal recognition by the state government is crucial for residents to access welfare schemes and other government benefits. The Chief Minister assured the delegation that the matter would be taken up for further discussion.
Ituno yakini ki snong ki ba ka Gentia Hills Autonomous District Council ka ladep ban itu katkum ka an ilaka ka jongka ba ngi kwa pada ba ka street government ru kan itu yakini ki snong ki ba ka Gentia Hills ka ladep ai sanat iki sodar snok ya udoloi ba ka Gentia Hills District ka ladep thung nang ba kinyo ban ya syahwat pada ban apply ki documentation ki ba ki donkam ki snong dan ban apply ki scheme ki benefits ki ba Selansari kiwi yo ande haduk menta kinong ki produk bersam jongi kemudian hang tiap labang nong pulut kim yo yang jongi pada ngila penpau ya UCM.
Construction work for the Government Model Degree College at Maushan Road has officially commenced under the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme. The project, estimated at around 15 crore rupees, is progressing steadily 5 months after the site inspection. Local residents have welcomed the development, saying the college will improve access to higher education for students in Maushan Road and nearby areas while creating new opportunities for the region's youth. The institution is expected to play a key role in strengthening educational infrastructure in the area.
Kadai kakam kaba uneu MLA jongi menta humba ulakular banong ba om bangawan pej ikiru simet Henry ngawan rak gejing penroy yupi ki baduk ki basuk. Tikane kala urlong sisya pej kini ki jaka mentaya kini ke college ni kerman ba apedeng jong ni usnap arajar arfunriu arfunyo ni kerman bala de bandap. Te kadonru gejing terpat nagaliang jongi kinok song senong. Ba ki kontraktor ru waj ngi kumne ki aslang presesaj. Nrei ni kentu ni kontraktor bakin penkeloi ki bakung kini nang bagi kena jongi kinyo banya seprang banya nujor.
World Environment Day was observed at Pepe Rimbai in East Giant Hills today with the launch of a Miyawaki afforestation project aimed at protecting the catchment area of the Greater Water Supply Scheme. Clariat MLA Kermin Shilla inaugurated the initiative and called for the responsible use of natural resources while stressing the need to restore environmentally damaged areas. Around 40,000 saplings were planted during the program, which brought together officials, students and community members to promote environmental conservation.
Negasni yelum yelang yamni perlu dikepor yang i hagwoto i ulai chigbi tuan kikam ulet saya bahai lene ulet kikam yang i negasni wan hini ne benta utung i gede the you woto kini pertanyaan pia em go hak jimba ile em jimba go wa i ki bru ki damage ka kamu ongi madam wan tu woto ba hawa wan kini ki factories ki repair kini mando ke contribution ba ke jingker khu yang ai pi ngaju ongi ni genten Lada ublai bo o ikjimbo East Giant Hills. Kayi ka daw bo to yo penem kami ka. Wala ka Bible jo snya wa khana gi lok wang gi tho ani kinten wa kinu jing chna yong bla heni perthai gi bo yong o to ye I penem kam. Tengah ong kini gi jing em yong mu chuni umu.
Now moving ahead to the regional news. Union Donor Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, along with Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, launched Mission Sena Jori, a major initiative aimed at transforming Assam's renowned Muga silk sector into a globally competitive luxury textile industry. The mission seeks to strengthen the entire value chain from cultivation and production to branding, exports, digital traceability and tourism. Scindia said the initiative will help preserve Assam's cultural heritage while creating sustainable livelihood opportunities and expanding the global reach of Muga silk.
एक क्षेत्र में वृद्धि और प्रगति जो प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच है कि लोकल टू वोकल और लोकल टू ग्लोबल, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच है, जो मुख्यमंत्री जी का संकल्प है, डोनर मंत्रालय आपके साथ खड़ा हुआ है कि इस मूगा सिल्क को राष्ट्र पटल पर नहीं लेकिन हमें विश्व पटल पर ले जाना है। पर हम लोग सब आपके साथ खड़े हैं योगदान देने के लिए, सहायता देने के लिए। पर आपकी जो करिश्मा है, जो एक रॉ मटेरियल को इतना सुंदर।
Now for the national news. President Draupadi Murmu today inaugurated the National Conclave on Strengthening of Integrated Tribal Development Agencies and Projects in New Delhi. Addressing the gathering, the President stressed the need to ensure that development reaches the last village and household while highlighting the rich cultural heritage of tribal communities. She also expressed concern that many tribal people remain unaware of government welfare schemes. The conclave, held as part of Janjatiya Garima Utsav 2026, has brought together representatives from 26 states and 4 union territories to discuss ways to strengthen tribal development delivery systems.
जो योजना आप किए हैं 4 हफ्ता, ये बहुत अच्छी चीज है। ये केवल एक बार नहीं होना चाहिए, बार बार होना चाहिए। और ये दूर दराज के लोग जो जंगलों में रहते हैं, उन तो एक रोड में बनाना चाहिए। आपको
Moving ahead to the international news. Germany's decision to waive the transit visa requirement for Indian nationals passing through Germany exclusively by air comes into effect today. India has welcomed the development. The External Affairs Ministry said in a social media post that the new arrangements would further enhance people-to-people ties between India and Germany. It said the announcement was made in January this year after discussions between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, during his visit to India. And now the sports news. On World Bicycle Day, Union Sports Minister Mansukh Mandaviya today called on young people to adopt cycling as a regular habit and lead the movement for a fitter, healthier and greener nation. In a video message, he said cycling promotes physical and mental well-being, encourages a disciplined lifestyle and supports environmental sustainability through cleaner and eco-friendly mobility.
आप सभी को वर्ल्ड बाइसिकल डे की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। आज मैं देश की युवा शक्ति से एक विशेष अपील करना चाहता हूँ। साइकिलिंग को अपने जीवन का हिस्सा बनाइए। साइकिलिंग
The FIFA World Cup trophy was unveiled in New York on Tuesday as part of the Coca-Cola FIFA World Cup 2026 Trophy Tour. The event, held at the American Museum of Natural History, was attended by former German World Cup winner Bastian Schweinsteiger and New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani. The trophy tour is part of the build-up to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico. The weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. The minimum temperature was recorded at 24 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 33 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 64% and rainfall 1.8 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 26 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 75% and rainfall 9.6 millimeter. Meanwhile, in Jawai, the minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 25 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 76%, rainfall 5.7 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jawai says moderate rain likely at many places. Well, viewers, with that, we have come to the end of the news. Do join us again tomorrow for more news update. Thank you for watching and good night.
Draupadi Murmu today in New Delhi. Taking to a social media post, the Kharma called President Murmu an epitome of courage, resilience and leadership. The Chief Minister further informed that he briefed her on Assam's ongoing growth journey as a fast-growing state and how the state government plans to take this momentum forward.